Good morning, South Rock. Welcome to another Mark Devo. Today is Mark 10, 1 through 12. A tough section of scripture because it's about divorce. Basically, what happens here is the Pharisees try to catch Jesus off guard and they ask him what he thinks about divorce, and he asks them in return, well, what did Moses say? The Pharisees answer, they say, well, it's allowed. Moses said it was permissible. And Jesus responds by saying, well, this is because you had hard hearts. Let not man separate what God has made one. Now, what I want to say about this is we know about divorce. We've heard every sermon, every teaching, everything under the sun. I mean, we know people who've dealt with it. I'm sure you know someone personally that has, or maybe you yourself have dealt with it personally. There's a lot there, and there's pain, and there's sadness, and there's a lot. What I want to spend the time on, though, is relationships in general, because I think what Jesus is saying here is that relationships take work, that it's not something that any relationship is not something to be taken lightly when it is broken. And so there's work there. I think people that are faithful and get divorces, or people that are faithful and have struggles in relationships, friendships, and maybe even parental relationships, whether you're the parent or it's with your parents, there's struggle. There's an attempt at understanding why these things are happening and a working out of that. And so in this, that's the question I kind of came to, is what is a relationship you have in your life, whether you're married or unmarried? What's a relationship in your life that you can enrich today? What is something that you can go to a friend, you can go to a spouse, you can go to a parent or a child or a coworker even, and you can go to them and say, and you can pray for them. And what's a way today that you can strengthen that relationship, that you can work on that relationship? Because relationships always take work. Every relationship. I mean, you can't say, well, I have a friend, and then realize you haven't talked to that friend in years. You can't do that with any relationship you have. You can't neglect it. You can't avoid it. And so today, that's the question, and it's kind of an actionable step. What is a relationship you have in your life that you can enrich? Whether that's maybe you, I don't know, go grab them a coffee in the morning and show up to work and say, hey, I got you this today. Or maybe you can write a nice note to somebody or type out a text. Who knows? But what is a relationship you can work on, you can enrich, and really pour into today and work on? Because I think that's ultimately what Jesus is trying to get at here, is relationships take work. So I hope that you have a good day of enriching someone's life and the relationship you have with them.